Okay. All right. So, good afternoon. Yeah, nice to meet you. And my name is Brian, and I actually represent our JMS studio, and want to have a quick catch up with you.
Yeah, sure. So actually, I'm the leader in the MTG, and I represent Xander. So you already know that Xander.
Yep.
He was very famous in the previous day. And so we want to discuss a little bit about the movie you just sent to me, and we have had a look, and we want to develop or also discuss how we can cooperate with you in the future together and make the film success.
That sounds great. So, have you looked at the script I sent you a few days ago? I think I sent you the script with Xander as the supporting role.
Yes.
And what do you think about it? And do you have any sort of idea regarding the role and also the script?
Yes. So actually, the expectation from Xander is it's better that he can get the role not only for the supportive role, but maybe a little bit more leading role in the film. And we know that he was, he was not famous anymore, but he still has his fans aging from 40 to 60. And also, I think the majority of the fans who want to see the film are all among this. So we want to have Xander appear more in the film, right?
Okay, that sounds. I think we can discuss about that. We are actually being open to discuss about this one because we haven't finalized. To be honest with you, we haven't finalized on the lead actor and also who is going to be the supporting actor. I think this kind of discussion will be still open to these conversations. Of course, we have some idea role like Jack and someone from. Who is an addict and young people who has been doing this for many years in the relevant industry. So, but of course, we will open up for Xander to discuss about his potential role in this new DDOM6.
So, how about this? Let's discuss the role first, and then maybe discuss a little bit about the payout and also the package for the.
Sure.
The actors as well. So what else do you want to discuss?
Okay, I think I hear from our managers. So I think you're the agent. I think you are fully representative of our Xander.
Yeah, of course.
So I think once we have reached a kind of agreements, we are going to commit to the solution, right?
Sure.
So okay, the first things we were worried about, the reasons the company was looking for other actors. The reason we send you the supporting one and not sending the leading one because the company itself has some concerns about Xander to be the lead actor due to some past performance because of course he's famous and he has been doing well in this industry for a while. But you know that I think you understand that the DDOM6 the previous 5 series, we only succeed very well in the second series. Then after that, it keep declining about the profit, right? The revenues. So we was a bit concerned about the company is a bit concerned about the actions because we thought sometimes the Xanders he trying to promote some kind of uninvited script. From his own kind of behaviors, which can result in decrease of the revenue. So we want to make sure that once we reach any agreements, Xander is able to follow the script strictly rather than personally to include some other kind of script. Right, this is one thing. And the second thing we were worried about is. We want to make sure there's because last time I think Xander refused to go for a promotion world tour, so we believe that it's better we also include this to the contract so that once we nail down to agreements, we also go for the promotion world tour. So this one will help the company to build up the image and also promote the sales of our new studio. What do you think?
So just make sure I understand. So you consider actually it's all about Xander, right?
Yes.
So the first thing is normally he behave not very friendly with the producer, right? Because he want to change the script, he want to
That's right.
change the actions. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's one thing you want to make sure that it won't happen next time.
Yeah, that's right. We call this a prima donna behaviors.
Okay.
We do not like to want to see this again too much,
Okay.
and this may not be in line with our new projected view because we, to be honest, this new field DDO M6, we are going to put a lot of more elements in this field. So if there's some kind of unwanted script have been bring by actors, I don't think that we will actually add too much value to the field.
Okay.
So that's our kind of assumption. I hope whoever going to be the lead actors can follow the rule done by our director or the producers.
Yes. And the second thing is about promotion. You want Xander to be present in the promotion to help the company promote.
That's right. So after the filming of the studios, we want the lead characters, maybe also the supporting characters, to be present for the promotion tour. I think that's quite important because this will help to promote the image while at the same time promote the sales of the new field. Yeah,
we are quite open to discuss these terms into the contract actually.
Yep.
And just before the discussion, I just want to ask one thing. So why did you choose Jeff to produce your film as the leading actor there?
Okay, so I think there's a few of reasons behind that, right? So he is, I know that for Xander's, of course, due to the age issues, I think he has become a bit older person and may not be quite qualified for this kind of action movie things. And Jack, as a more young looking and addicts kind of person, he might appealing to be more suitable for the lead role. That's something we kind of want to make sure the lead actors can represent the growing trend in the market. Right? Of course, we do a kind of industry analysis, especially in terms of the audience analysis. We found out the audience in the age of from 12 to 24, and these age groups are the faster growing segment. So we want to make sure that Jeff as young people can attract the audience in this group. But of course, the old age group like 40 to 59, I think are still being attracted to Xander, of course. As always, they are the fan of Xander, so that's why we, in the old script we sent to you, we support Xander want to be the supporting actors. But of course, we are open for the discussion for the lead actor as well. Yep.
Totally understood. So another question from my side is recently we heard Jeff has been involved some bad issues, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm just wondering, how do you plan to do that? Because also, if Jeff cannot do the leading one, we are wondering how we proceed this film.
Yeah, of course, Jeff is one of the candidates we definitely consider, like the reason I just provide. But of course, there are other candidates we're looking for. Like Xander is definitely one of the candidates. But of course, due to maybe some personal reasons or some accidents may result in some kind of removal of candidates. But I think that's inevitable sometimes. So we need to consider about the different options, and then we find out who is the best fit into the scene, because we cannot accept another declining of revenue for DDO M6. Right? So,
That's good. That's good. So actually, before I came here, I have two options I thought about. The first options is we could promote Xander for the leading role. But before I put out this promotion, this option, I was asking, for example, how do you think about the audience? How do you plan to conduct your to movie in order to fully understand your interests? Why you want Jeff to have the leading role there? So then I thought about second choice. So actually, Xander has two daughters. And one is called Axina, and another is Xandra. So so the elder one is 12 years old, and the little one is 18 years old.
Okay.
And actually, we have already cooperated with them for some movie actions.
Okay.
And both of them have inherited their father's toughness, charm, and humor.
Okay.
But they are more attractive and athletic than his father.
Okay.
So actually, in the past, we already landed a supporting role for the the elder one.
The older daughter, right?
Daughter, yeah, in
Okay.
a small movie.
Mm-hmm.
So she already. Oh, sorry. It's just shit.
Still there. Still there. Oh.
I need to start it. Okay.
Okay.
So actually, what was that? Okay.
Yeah, you're supporting the older.
Yeah. So we
daughter,
supporting
yeah.
we got a supporting role for the older daughter in a small movie.
Mm-hmm.
哇，有点话，sorry。
没事。
去吧，没事没事，不用。喂，我在讨论，你先那个一会儿再打啊。好，拜拜。
没事，继续。
Yeah, so we got a supporting role for the elder daughter in a small movie, and she received great reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, and the little daughter, she had a leading role in a TV teen action mini series. So actually, they both of them has talent and has potential in the future.
Okay.
So what I was thinking is, you concerned about the action of Xander, right?
Yep.
So probably he wouldn't participate in the promotion, or he would like to change the script. But I thought if one of his daughter to be kind of leading role, he must have to promote, right? So that should solve the problem there.
So you are suggesting that the Xander's daughter to support to take the leading role for this time?
Yeah, the elder one, because the elder one already received great reviews there. So
Okay.
and I know that you have troubles with Jeff so far, and also you still want to capture the teenagers, the young audience there.
That's right. So okay, I think we have a pretty good pictures now. So I think like what you present, right? The first one we continue with Jeff or some other candidates. Alternatively, we start with Xander or his young daughters to work out this one. But the thing is, his daughter has just go through some supporting role, right? And I'm not sure whether the daughter will be qualified for this one. I would advise, let's put the daughters, if it's suitable and the time permits, to be a supporting role for this one, especially DDO M6. And if everything goes well, we can put them to be the leading role for the next series. What do you think about it?
Okay, so then if the daughter to be the supporting role, how about the Xander?
Okay, that's interesting because
so what I'm thinking is, if you want to keep the story as the original one, so that story should be Xander is like putting his all glory and success and transfer this to the next generation of the superhero, right?
That sounds to be an interesting story, honestly. Okay, I think we also need to think about. Okay, I think you bring a very insightful situation here, because we also think about a handover, because we know that Xander could not continue with his career after maybe 65 or 70, right? So we also think about a handover period, right? So if that, since you bring, you talk about his daughter, and you will mention that his daughter should be a qualified candidate for this kind of thing, especially in terms of toughness, character, personalities. I would suggest let's put the daughter in the supporting role for this one, right? And Xander as the lead character, since I think the connection is very close, and the handover should be quite smooth, right? Since it's the daughter and father kind of relationship. I think it should be good. So let's talk about I think this is definitely one of the options we're going to talk to our manager, right? So let's talk about how much of the in terms of the compensation you're looking for. Yeah.
So in terms of the extenders, so before I propose, I thought about if they get the leading role, it should be equivalent to the leading role as Jeff has, right? And but how do you think about that?
Well, it's a tough question, honestly. Because Jeff has kind of a secret discussion with our managers, and the salary is actually based on a different kind of elements, and he has been leading some of the scene very recently and being very successful, and it's more appealing to the younger age, especially those our target audience. Therefore, also for Xanders, we know that for older actors we require higher insurance, and also like responsibility and contingencies, everything cost will increase. So I don't think we have that kind of budget to support in the equivalent values to Jeff. But what do you think about let's reduce a bit more?
How about this? So anyway, you need to find two actors, right? How about I bundle these two and with the same money you pay to Jeff and then you pay to two?
That's a good one. So okay, so
because I'm thinking that Xander, the elder daughter, so he is quite young and he was only performing the supporting role in the past,
right?
And obviously he cannot argue. She cannot argue very high payout here, and also it's a great opportunity for her to be presented in this movie as well, and to cooperate with his father. It will be very memorable. So if you could just make the payment from Jeff to is two, it also could be a very good contract for you. And also another thing I'm thinking about is, for example, I know that in the past, our studio, the GMS studio was quite successful, and about 30 to 40 years ago, it was top tier studio, but now it has not been such successful as past. So I'm thinking, how could we work out together to make the studio better and bigger in the future? So that's why I was coming up with the idea that maybe we could cultivate some young talent stars, and at this moment you pay little, right? But if they grow into the stars, and you can become in the future tier 1 studio.
Okay, I think you get the point. We want to be the leading of the studio in the future, and we used to be the tier 1, but because of some kind of lost the chain and lose in the technology advancements, therefore we kind of slightly slept back to the tier 2, but we are inspired to be the tier 1 again by producing some of the top tier of the movies. So the thing is, I can share with you, one thing is we don't have very high budget for the time being, especially let's say offered to Xander, because from what we understand, the costs with the liability insurance is going to cost us more, and we are a bit afraid of the production costs. So that's why, and also refer back to Xander's last pay. Let's say for DDM4 we pay about 4 million, DDM5 we pay about 2 billion. So in a sense we are big concerns about if the decline trend will continue, our profitability will be seriously affected. So in light of this, and also I think you mentioned about his daughter will be combined. Let's talk about in the as a bundle package, right? So in that sense, because we know that supporting actor usually pay much less than the leading actors, right? I think let's say the best supporting actor is pay about 200K, right, around these corners. So I think the relative numbers to the leading actor is very small. So let's focus on Xander's role. I think that's more suitable because supporting usually we pay less. So do you think that we can tear back a bit more for DDOM5 or DDOM4? I think that should be kind of reasonable numbers since we have collaborated since past, and this number has been there persist for the last 2 series. What do you think?
I mean, for the numbers of payment, I'm not argue huge because I guess for Jeff it could be super high, like 20 million or 30. But I'm just thinking. I was thinking that you just said the fast growing trend is 12 to 24. Age 12 to 24.
To
right?
the age group, yes, 12 to 24.
Yeah. So I'm still thinking that probably, how about like this? Probably you still make the movie to fit the flavor of age 12 to 24, which means that the leading role should be younger. So story is still the older superhero transfer the glory and success to the younger one, but the younger maybe have more scenes, more actions in the movie. Then you capture the trend of the young generation. And in the other hand, the leading one could be the daughter, and the supporting one is Xander. And this combination, I could offer the package lower than Jeff, because I think it's beneficial for both you and I, because I know that Xander could not receive much more than the top tier or the first tier actor, and his daughter is still young and he's still not very familiar with audience. So the package we can negotiate, but how about this story, I mean, this arrangement?
Change to daughter to be the leading role is still very skeptical for us because daughter haven't go through any kind of leading role yet. So we just wonder whether she's qualified. Of course, she was the descent of a famous Xander, but what we worry about is...
How about this small one, the small daughter, she had a lead role in a TV
but
action.
It's too young, right? It's 12?
It's 18.
18, okay. Okay, so honestly, if we still want to go with the scene with Xander by corporations, I would still prefer Xander as the leading role.
Okay.
Yeah, because the transition sounds more smooth, right? And